Hello everyone, it's me Arif, and today we have a long-term review for the Samsung Galaxy S9. So I bought it used back in January 2021 and I have used it as my personal device for the whole time until my S20 FE arrived. Currently the device is being used by my mother. Anyhow, these are my personal opinions regarding the device. I'll try my best to review it. However, if there is something you'd like to know further, do leave a comment below. I'll try my best to update as soon as possible. Alright, let's begin with the build and design. Firstly, the device feels premium. Even after these many years, the aluminum frame has held up way better than I expected. As you can see, there are minor wear and tear. Sadly, the fingerprints paint has removed due to heat and overuse. Other than that, it is one of the old devices I own with better condition. I'm quite attracted to this design. It's simple and minimal, nothing flashy. There are multiple colors available, but I believe blue is the most common color you can find in the market currently, but my favorite would be the black one. Next up, the CPU here is the Exynos 9810 and my variant is 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. Anyhow, even after these many years, the device still feels fast, but for my heavy personal usage, it takes a toll on this old processor. And before I begin complaining about Exynos, I believe most of you are familiar with the constant hassle that Samsung has to go through after releasing every Exynos based devices, so I'll just keep it simple. It heats up just by opening YouTube and camera at the same time, it slows down after opening 5 apps, and it drains the battery to 4 hours. So trust me, after using a bunch of devices, I would refrain you from using any of the Exynos based devices unless you don't have a choice. Next up, about gaming in S9. I played a lot of games in this device, which includes Monster Legends, Minecraft, Call of Duty, and many other small indie games including Asphalt 8 and 9. Most games runs at 60 FPS locked. Overall, it's a great experience with gaming until it starts to heat up right after a half an hour or so. But if you want to multitask while gaming, it's totally impossible. Due to the 4GB RAM and the processor itself, it gets overwhelmed quite easily. I don't think that would matter much, but yeah, if you want to get this device, just a heads up, 4GB RAM in 2022 is a low tier considering the apps we use these days. Next up, about the battery. It has 3000 mAh battery and 2022 wise it's quite low compared to other Android devices and other devices in the market. Let's talk numbers here. Me personally, I'm a heavy user and I have to charge it like every 3 hours or so. Since I begin my day at 9 AM and end it at 8 PM, it is not an ideal device for me. But I think for anyone looking for a device at this price range, there are much better offerings in the market currently. So I wouldn't suggest you to grab it if you are a heavy user and you need the longer battery life. However, while traveling, if you use a lot of camera, GPS, YouTube, you might need to charge it like more than 5 to 10 times a day. But if you just use it for GPS and YouTube, it might last you long enough for around like 4 hours or 5 hours. While editing random videos, the battery drains a lot quicker and I wouldn't suggest it for that. Maybe carry a power bank if you want to use it as such. You can charge it wirelessly and the maximum 15 watts using a cable charging. For the display, it's a 5.8-inch Super AMOLED with 60 FPS and there is a haptic home button. As it is a Samsung display, obviously it has one of the best viewing angles and color. But to be honest, the viewing experience during a sunny day is just worse. However, during a cloudy day, it's more acceptable. You can see the screen much better than a sunny day. Other than that, as there are bezels on the top and bottom, they do not distract at all even after coming from a dot drop display from the S20 FE as well as from the iPhone XS Max. I prefer this instead of the notch from the iPhone. The speakers are acceptable for such an old device, nothing outstanding here. However, it isn't much comparable to the S20 FE. You can check how that sounds, I'll link it below. It has stereo speakers and while speaking on the phone, the top speaker is very clear. Overall, the speaker has a better bass and loudness, but it's a bit lacking in the clarity department. Here's a speaker test, take a look and let me know. Here we have a single 12 megapixel primary rear shooter with OIS. We can record videos up to 4K 60 FPS and here are a few of the camera samples. Take a look and let me know what you think of it. I also love the video capabilities of it. We have a Pro mode with a 21:9 video recording. You can go from 24 to 60 FPS and it just provides you with a cinematic vibe. I have used it for recording my S20 FE intro, so you guys can check that out as well. However, the video stabilization was not on par with the iPhone of the same generation or the same year. There are more improvement required in that sector. In front we have the 8 megapixel camera with EIS. We can record video at 4K 30 FPS max and there are so much to desire as the quality is not on par with the iPhone of the same year. The quality just seems a bit more mushy and there aren't enough details for that 8 megapixel camera, and the video quality itself overall is just a disappointment for me. Alright, let's talk about the unique features that this S9 has. There is the iris scanner, which was one of the most used and the best feature for me during the pandemic. As it only required my eyes to be open for unlocking, there was no need for any fingerprint, neither was there any need for my face for face unlock. There is a haptic under-screen home button. It is a feature of that generation that I still miss. It reminisces the old Samsung home button that I love. If you love Bixby, then you would love the Bixby button. However, it has quite a lot of additional features such as turning on the flashlight or running a quick command. Here are a few of the honorable mentions such as the heart rate sensor. I'm still baffled for the fact that Samsung has removed it. It is quite a helpful feature for people who are health conscious. There is the variable camera sensor. It does help for low light photos, but nowadays the software is just so good that we don't even need them. So if you're looking for certain features such as the home button, the heart rate sensor, and the physical fingerprint and the iris sensor, then I believe this phone might be for you. But if you're looking for a phone with better battery life, if you're a heavy user, as well as an updated model design, or just like a newer smartphone vibe, then maybe you should look at something else, as this will not satisfy any of your needs. It doesn't even include the in-display fingerprint. So if you're looking for that, you better take a look at other devices in the market. That's it from me. If you have any questions or would like to know further, do let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.